The movie, Age of Disclosure, parades 34 insiders across your screen. But let's turn to the chaps who didn't sign up for cosmic riddles. They were simply on duty when the riddles signed up for them. These are the military types stationed at your nuclear playgrounds, offering accounts that suggest someone up there has a keen interest in your doomsday toys. 3 witnesses stand out, not for drama, but for the recurring theme they illustrate. UAP appearing over missile bases, interfering with systems, and leaving questions that linger like radiation half-lives. Their accounts aren't sensational. They're systematic reports from the front lines of your species' most volatile assets. And in a field prone to exaggeration, that's rather grounding. Let's examine the files, one silo at a time. First, Captain Robert Salas, retired U.S. Air Force, stationed at Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana, in 1967. Salas was in the launch control capsule when 10 Minuteman ICBMs went offline, no power, no launch codes, while topside security reported a glowing red oval hovering over the site. Guards described it pulsing, maneuvering silently, and beaming light toward the silos. Within minutes, the missiles were inert. Engineers found no mechanical fault. The shutdowns defied protocol. Salas went public decades later, testifying to Congress alongside other officers. His importance: he anchors the nuclear interference pattern, UAP disabling weapons as if issuing a subtle reprimand. For skeptics, it's verifiable data from launch logs. For the curious, a hint that consciousness might be at play, with witnesses reporting an eerie awareness or intuitive unease. Next, Sergeant Mario Woods, Air Force security policeman at Ellsworth Air Force Base, South Dakota, in 1977. Woods and his partner were on night patrol when a large glowing disc appeared over the missile field, hovering silently with rotating lights. They approached. Time blurred. Woods felt disoriented, heard a high-pitched whine, saw beams scanning the area. When it left, they found themselves miles from their post, with missing hours, headaches, and radiation burns confirmed by medics. Woods' account matches logs and his partner's. His value? He extends the pattern to the 70s, showing UAP aren't just flybys. They interact, leaving physical and mental marks that suggest a probing intelligence. You lot call it high strangeness. I call it inefficient protocol. And rounding it out, Jeffrey Nucatelli, another USAF veteran, stationed at Vandenberg Air Force Base, California, in 2003, during the Red Square incident. Nucatelli witnessed a massive red square object hovering silently over the launch facility, site of ICBM tests, emitting no heat or sound, defying aerodynamics. It lingered, then vanished at speed. Systems glitched briefly. Witnesses reported an uncanny, watched feeling. Nucatelli testified in recent hearings, describing the event's inexplicability. His importance: he brings the pattern to the modern era, with sensor data, hinting at advanced tech or consciousness, monitoring your missile evolution. These 3, Salas, Woods, Nucatelli, aren't chasing headlines. They're reporting what protocols couldn't contain. The common thread? UAP targeting your nuclear infrastructure, perhaps as oversight or warning. But why? From my vantage, and the EEM's historical reports dating back to the 1940s, it's simple. You lot are perceived as dangerous, not just to yourselves, but to the neighborhood. Our archives note the first spikes in sightings around New Mexico in 1945, lights over test sites, shutdowns at Los Alamos. By Malmstrom in 67, it was clear, whenever you tinker with atoms, it seems that someone takes note. Looking at this pattern with a critical eye, it seems that humans are being observed as potentially dangerous. These phenomena appear to disable, observe, depart. No invasion, but could this be a sort of insurance? Ellsworth 77, same pattern. Beams on silos, time slips as if to say, think twice. Vandenberg, 2003. A red square hovering during tests, glitching systems without a trace. These incidents do not appear to be random. I would think that humans can be seen as volatile adolescents in the galactic scheme, capable of brilliance, but prone to blowing up the lab. If consciousness pilots these craft, as some data suggest, it's likely a gentle nudge. Evolve, or we'll keep watching. The age of disclosure lets them speak plainly. No need for embellishment when nukes go quiet. Perhaps the watchers have a point. Now, this is the time I will ask you to think logically about this topic. There have been verifiable events happening, not just a witness testimony-based event, but rather real data, real reports, things that can be easily verified. This isn't a single instance of someone reporting an orb, but rather the complete shutdown of a system that is supposed to be foolproofed. Maybe that's the issue. The US government can't admit that something like this happened, because if they did, they would look weak or incompetent. Is that it? I challenge the skeptics out there. I challenge you to explain why we don't take real, verified evidence seriously. This is Percival Greyson. Until my next report, stay curious, stay critical, and maintain proper documentation standards.